It was. You know, the funny thing I was going to say just at the end there, when we're talking about
Please.
autoimmune,
Uh-huh.
real quick, and I mean real quick, is my
Yep.
mother had multiple sclerosis, which,
Mhm.
as we know, is an autoimmune disorder. And we lived in the time in the north of Scotland. And the funny thing they found was when they looked at MS as an illness, it is particular to certain areas of the country, one of them being the north of Scotland. And there are, I don't know where the other places are, but there's like three or four places in the world that have multiple sclerosis like as a common disorder, and other places that never see a case.
Amazing.
And they say it might be climate, like the colder, harsher climate or something that brings it on. But it's just like it's one of those things that I remember at the time that, and the north of Scotland had a particularly large cluster of it.
Wow. I have a cousin who has it, and I'm deathly afraid of getting it myself.
I used to be scared because my mother's father had it.
Hmm.
And although it was never diagnosed as such, he was in the Korean War. And when he came back, he started developing all these weird symptoms that they associated with a tick. You know, they said, oh, he must have been bitten by a tick, and it was
Like Lyme's
like a
disease.
Lyme kind of thing. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was never properly diagnosed, but the symptoms were very similar. And then my mother got it, you know, and my mother had a traumatic stroke. Funnily, you mentioned your wife with the stroke. She had a stroke at 16,
Wow.
and she was told she would never walk again.